Welcome to the next video in this series where I show you the most efficient ways to perform any exercise so you can maximize your time in the gym. In this video, I want to show you the best way you can do leg extensions, as most people leave a lot of gains on the table when doing these. First things first, there are a number of studies that have shown that having less hip flexion results in more growth for the quads, specifically for a muscle called the rectus femoris. You see, 3 of the 4 quad muscles get stretched with any exercise that flexes the knee, such as squats, lunges, etc. But the 4th quad muscle, the rectus femoris, crosses the hip joint and isn't stretched out or worked when we flex the hip in those same exercises. We can change that by moving the back pad as far back as we can to stretch this muscle out and get the most bang for your buck every set and rep. To maximize the stretch in your quads even further, position the shin pad as far back as it can and low enough so it rests on the top of your ankle crease. This will lengthen the lever arm for your quads when you perform the exercise, compared to being higher on your shin, meaning you get more stimulus every time you do leg extensions. Keep your head and neck in a neutral position. Gripping down on the handles by your sides, think about pulling yourself into the seat. This will prevent your hips from extending too much and your glutes from taking over the movement, maximizing the load on your quads. You can technically stretch out the rectus femoris even further by extending your hips off the seat, but I found this just places more load on the glutes. So keeping your butt on the seat with the back pad as far back as possible is the best of both worlds. Point your toes so you don't limit your range of motion. If your toes are curled up towards your shins, or what we call dorsiflexion, your sciatic nerve tension can limit the range of motion as your calves cross your knee joint. If your calves are tight, you'll be stopped from this tension instead of your quads being loaded the most you can. If you have very flexible calves and hamstrings, you can perform this exercise in dorsiflexion, as this can help your quad activation, so it really just depends on your mobility. Think about kicking your legs out in an arc instead of up, as this maximizes the contribution of the quads instead of your hip flexors getting involved. Also being careful to keep your glutes on the seat the entire time. Research has also shown that you don't have to go through the full range of motion, and that lengthened partials result in more muscle growth than full range of motion does. Now this can be taken to the extreme, where you're barely moving the weight at all and hardly loading the quads, as your whole body will be involved, so try to get at least half the range of motion to ensure the quads get plenty of load and to keep the reps consistent every time you do the exercise. As the quads can take on quite a bit of load and volume, you can do these for 3 to 8 sets for 10 to 20 reps. Like any high volume exercise, progress by 1 set every 2 weeks to ease the joints into this. Any fewer than 10 reps usually results in other muscles contributing, so 10 to 20 reps is the sweet spot for leg extensions. If you have any questions about the leg extension, leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer you. Click like and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.